So you want to get a puppy? Watch this video. Hello! So I'm Ling and this is my dog Marshie. He is a 9-month-old Pomeranian currently. He's going to be 10 months on the 2nd. And I got him in August of 2020 during lockdown. From my previous videos, you guys may have seen when I first got Marshie. I've had quite an influx of questions on where I got him, how I got him, and all stuff in between. So I wrote a big list down of things that we could talk through. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the time that you need to take care of a dog. So when you get a dog, any kind of dog, whether it's a puppy or an older dog, you're probably going to have to take some time off work. Me personally, with Marshie, I took 2 weeks off and it was brilliant because everyone was working from home anyway, and we still currently are here in the UK. But I took 2 weeks off so I could enjoy my time with him, bond with him, and also if my sleep was ruined because of the weird sleeping patterns they have when they first come to you, I was able to function as a normal human being. You're going to need to think about who is going to be able to look after the dog for the first few weeks. They need to learn the environment that they live in and also to bond with you and your family. The second part of time I've written is holidays, and basically what I mean by that is if you're going abroad or away somewhere that you have to be away from your home overnight and you cannot look after your dog, you need to think about who's going to be able to look after that dog and where they're going to be able to stay. So for me, I've got friends and family who are willing to take care of Marshie. You can look into kennels and at-home boarding and things like that if you don't have friends and family who are able to look after your dog. And then the third thing I've written for time is training, and you need to be able to make sure you have the time to train your dog. Even if you send it off to a facility where they do, a 2-week or 1-week crash course and they live with the trainer, you're still going to have to keep training with your dog all the time. Okay, so now we've come on to cost. So we've got initial costs, which would be the price of the dog. So unless someone had a litter of puppies and they're giving you the dog for free, or they're just rehoming the dog to you for free, a lot of the times you will have to pay an initial fee. So it either be a price to a breeder, a rehoming fee, or even to an adoption fee to the rescue that you are getting the dog from. Then you need to think about all the things a dog needs. So the first few things that a dog is going to need, yes, puppy, he's sneezing next to me. The first few things a doggy is going to need, what are they going to need? They're going to need somewhere to sleep, so a bed or a crate or both, blankets maybe, food, dog bowls, puppy pads maybe to protect your house, cleaning products also to protect your house, a harness or collar, lead, name tag, all these initial things. Poo bags, that's one thing that you definitely need as well. Maybe not in the first few weeks if you're keeping your puppy inside. So then you got to think about the costs of keeping an animal in the long term. So that is their food for their entire life. Obviously, food cost depends on the size of your dog and the breed of your dog and if they're working or not, if they've got a job. I've also written down insurance, but it's not necessarily insurance. You can sort of set money aside depending on your situation and what you do. You can have pet insurance or you can set money aside, but it's definitely something that you have to consider if your dog gets sick or injured, that you will have to sort of have some money there to take care of the welfare of your puppy or dog. I mean, they're always going to be puppies, aren't they? I've written here training because you don't know what issues your dog is going to have. This little one here, he is reactive. Not reactive in a bad way. He gets frustrated and very excited when he's on the lead and he sees another dog and he wants to go and say hello. So I've had to buy a training course we're trying to sort that out at the moment. We are in the middle of it, but yeah. So that is an added training cost that I hadn't considered at first. If you're going to be doing training one-to-one sessions or even like a puppy training class, that's all you know, an added cost to your life. So I've also written down vet bills. Now, you may think this is included in your insurance costs. However, insurance is more like for the bigger things and like emergencies and things like that. So with your routine vet bills, you're gonna have to pay out of pocket. Like vaccination bills and health checks, and just like if something happens and they need an emergency vet visit, each vet visit is gonna cost you some money because there's no sort of NHS for dogs, especially in the UK anyway. So they don't get free healthcare, you have to pay for it. The next thing I've written down is the breed. What kind of dog do you want to get? So you need to consider the size, the exercise requirement, the fur type, and what kind of grooming they're going to need, their temperament, or like the breed's temperament, because obviously each dog varies. And also you need to consider your living space. For example, if you're living in an apartment, it's probably not a great idea to have a large breed dog. However, if you are able to exercise your dog well, take it out regularly, etc., then, you know, having a big dog in an apartment isn't necessarily bad, I was going to say. We live in a 3-bedroom apartment with a balcony, which is perfect for him. I've got him a little grass patch. It is real grass, and he goes out there and does his business if he doesn't have time to go on a walk, which is perfect for him. Marshall is toy size. He weighs 3 kilograms. He's now fully grown. He hasn't changed his weight in a few months. He hasn't got a lot of exercise requirements because he is small and not a working breed. So he doesn't really need that much walking. His fur type is obviously long. I love the long fluffy dogs, and you know, I love long hair. I have long hair myself. And I've always loved fluffy dogs. And for his grooming, I have to consider doing it myself, because I have to do that every day if I need to take him to the groomers and stuff like that. But at the moment I've been doing it at home myself, so all is good. And then you want to consider whether you want a bred dog or if you want to rescue or rehome a dog. So there are advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, it is a wonderful thing if you are able to adopt or rehome a dog, but that is not always the best thing in every situation. And if you are going down the bred route, please make sure it's a reputable breeder and they're ethical and you're not getting scammed. I will be doing a full video on breeders and scams. So next we come on to food. Now I know I touched on this in the cost portion of this video. However, with food, it's a little bit more complicated than just going out and buying food. Marshall, are you being busy in your crate? Okay, so you need to consider the type of food that your dog is going to eat, whether it be kibble or wet food such as cans of tinned food, or if you're going to do raw, in which case you can do DIY or you can buy packs of complete mixes of raw food. And then I've got living arrangements. Now you may think this is a bit easy, however, it's never that simple when you have a dog. Where do you want the dog to sleep? So my feeling was always the dog can sleep in his crate. But Marshie loved his crate as a little puppy, and then he grew out of it, and he doesn't really go in there much, and he started to sleep in the living room by himself, and I was like, okay, this is fine. And then he slowly crept into my bed, and now he's sleeping with me in my bed every night. Not necessarily what I wanted, but that's what's happened now. You need to think about crate training if that's something you want to do, or have a pen or something. Got to remember to puppy proof your living space, or the dog's living space, whether it's a puppy or it's an older dog coming into your home for the first time. You need to be able to assess them and make sure they're not going to do any damage to your property or injure themselves, because that's not great, is it? Then you got to consider where they're going to go to the toilet. If you're getting a puppy, or even if you're getting an older dog, you need to make sure they've got adequate space and or have walks to go to the toilet. So another thing that I thought to write down is the emotions that you get when you get a dog. Okay, I know, like, you know, you get a dog, it's really cute, and you're like, ah, you're in love. That's pretty much what happens with most people. However, if you get a puppy, there is such thing as the puppy blues, which is usually a week or two after you get the puppy. Honeymoon period is over, the puppy's biting you all the time, there's no training's gone out the window, you're so crazy, you've been cleaning up poo and pee all throughout your house for 2 weeks straight, you're not getting enough sleep, and you are regretting the decision to have a dog in your house. Luckily for me, I didn't experience the puppy blues for long. I had it for maybe a day, I feel like. I don't know. But yeah, you just got to remember that it's something that you're going to get through, and you know, it happens to most new dog owners. And then you have to consider everyone in the household. So obviously, if you like dogs but your partner doesn't, or your kids are afraid of dogs and stuff like that, you need to sort of take everyone into consideration. If one person wants a dog and the other person doesn't, and then you get a dog and the other person doesn't help out, and then you get annoyed at them, it's not really their fault because they didn't want the dog in the first place. So you have to think about others as well, because bringing in a pet into your family is a big thing. And finally, I would like to say, if you are thinking about getting a dog, the best thing would be to experience it firsthand. So you can foster a dog or borrow a dog, which are basically the same things, I guess. Fostering involves looking after a dog for a rescue, generally, while it's waiting to go into its new home, or while they're trying to find a home for it. So borrow a dog. If you've got friends who have a dog, you can ask them to have it for a day and look after it and see how it is. Or you can pet sit for them. There are other avenues, such as the Borrow My Doggy app, where you can literally borrow someone's dog and take it for a walk and see how it is. Obviously, each dog is different, but it will give you a sort of overview of the responsibility of owning your own dog a little bit. So those are some main points which you should think about before you get a dog. But personally, getting Marshie was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I actually made this very quick decision when I got him, and you know, I did think about this stuff, but it was very fast paced. I'll tell you the story of how I got him in another video. I hope you found this video really helpful if you are looking to get a dog. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to get back to you. I am going to be doing more videos in this series, so please let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to cover. My next few videos is going to be about breeders and scams, and also what to do when you get your puppy home for the first time. Thank you so much for watching. Me and Marshie gonna say bye. He's really sleepy, so I think he wants to have a nap now. And we'll see you in our next video.